through the burnt offerings that need to be recovered in our worship experiences, okay? So yes, we need to be talking about the cross. Let's go into our worship experience. It would never have occurred to the ancient worshipers that one could enter into the presence of God without a costly offering. The children of Israel, they never thought about going, how am I going to go to church? What you mean go to church and ain't got nothing to give God? And I ain't just talking about your money. I'm talking about you go to church and you ain't got nothing to give it. But what about us? We come to church. I'm here. Ooh. I pressed my way today, child. I'm just going to sit here in this corner. I press my way. Best I got. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? I ain't going to be bothered today. I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to move. I ain't going to talk to nobody. I ain't got no energy. I want you to leave me alone. I came to mind my business. You do the same. That's how we come now. But the ancient worshipers, the children of Israel, they didn't come, they wouldn't dream of coming. And you couldn't just cut the bull's throat and go. There was a practice, there was a procedure that involved interaction with people. For those I just am who I am, I just like to keep myself. Come on out of yourself. Who are you? That's just not my personality. So what? Do you think it was Jesus' personality to be stretched on the cross and killed? Was that his personality? That's what he wanted? No. So anything else, any other excuse we come up with don't even make no sense. It would have never occurred to them to come without an offering. Yet we come and go to our worship service pretty much as we please. We get there when we get there. With little or no sense that we should approach God with sacrificial gifts and service. In other words, not just money, but with your attitude right. With your heart right. Because see, if your heart and your attitude is right, if your motives are pure, you'll bring your money. That ain't going to be a problem. You'll give because you know to give. But see, instead of preaching about a real sacrifice, when you do hear about sacrifice, how does this message go? Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Right? Right? We're going to sow it in we bringing in the sheaves. Why? Because we want you to bring your money. But if you just come with obedience with your money, that'll bless you. There is a blessing in obedience. But imagine if you came like the woman didn't have nothing but that 1 penny. 2 mites. Yeah, she had 2 mites. I'm coming. I got my 2 mites. I'm just going to give. I'm going to give what I got, but I'm here. I'm glad to be in the service. I came to give him glory. Hey, how y'all doing? Can you imagine the joy that she must have had walking in? She was probably greeting people, laughing and joking. God bless you. So glad to be here. Waiting on service to start. They said we started at 7 o'clock. I'm so excited. How y'all doing? So good to see everybody. Think about it. Those are the type of, when they just have it, may not have but 2 mites. Oh, but they're excited. Why? Because they know that they're coming into the presence of the Lord. And they know that they brought all that they had. All the energy they have, all the ability they have, all the love they have, all the money they have. They brought everything they have to give to God. Imagine coming into worship with a room full of folks that come like that. God, I come bringing you everything. I come with all I got. Right? You sing a song and say, bless my soul, Lord. Want you to bless my soul. I'm on the altar, Lord. Want you to bless my soul. That's the same sentiment. That's what it ought to be. Folks whose worship participation is a matter of convenience, embellished with an occasional small donation, are not likely to discover the life-transforming power of authentic worship of a true and living God. When you come past the requirement to be here and get to the desire to be here, that's when you really experience the power of God. I'm just about done. We're going to get out early. Just about done. And what a difference it might make if we ever captured the sense of the ancient worshipers and the awareness that the smoke of the burnt offering rose constantly as a sweet aroma to the Lord. The fire was to be kept burning at all times because it was their conviction that God was pleased with their devotion. In other words, they understood and they believed that as long as the fire and smoke was going up to heaven, God was receiving and enjoying the fact that we were consistent in our offering to him, in our worship to him. Not just at 11 o'clock on Sunday. We wanted a sweet a sweet aroma to be ascending into the nostrils of Jesus and unto God. I find increasing joy in the awareness that as I join with the congregation for worship on Sunday mornings, when I come in, we're doing what brings God pleasure. That's why I don't settle for, oh well, it just is what it is today. It just didn't feel like it. I can't do that. Some preachers, I didn't come to pump and prime you. I will. I will pump and prime. I sure will. First of all, what you come then for? What you come for? You say you didn't come to pump and prime, and the same one be able to hoop and holler about to pass out. Well, what you doing then? You didn't have to work that hard to preach. If you get people into the presence of the Lord and let God minister to them, you could just say your Easter speech and sit down. I'd rather pump and prime you in praise and worship when it's not about me or what I'm saying, than try to work hard and preach and put on a big show because you done sat there like a bump on the log for an hour waiting on the show to start. Oh, now, I'm going to get in trouble. We pastors and leaders of worship do well to remind our people continually that our corporate worship is not only for our well-being, but for the pleasure of God as well. It is at this point that worship can become a joyous dialogue with God. And what greater satisfaction could there be than bringing a smile to the face of our Almighty God? Don't you think about how wonderful it is for God to be happy with our worship? I'm enjoying. Look at my children. They're having a good time. Y'all, children laughing and doing, it just makes you laugh. Children having a good time, it makes you laugh. If you ain't too cold. Now, some folks may be a little colder. They may not get pleasure from, they may not even laugh at it. But most folks with a tender heart, you hear the children, it just kind of cracks you up. That little voice is just saying and doing things. Just kind of, they may get on your nerves, don't get me wrong, but they do kind of crack you up. They make you smile. Well, God is like that for us. When we come and we give him glory and we give him honor, we give him praise, we make him smile. He gets excited. Look at my children, how they love me and how they just enjoy being in my presence. And they're celebrating all that I've already done. They don't even know what I'm about to do for them. It's kind of like a child that's behaving well before Christmas. They don't even know. They don't even realize what we got them. And they're doing what they're supposed to do. It make you want to go to the store. Is the store still open? I don't want they closed yet. I ain't even had to tell them. That ain't happened too much for me, but every now and again. If God gonna do it, I believe God. One day I'm gonna be, Lord, my children were so good, I'm gonna have to go buy them something else. I ain't got there yet, but it's gonna happen. People of God, we want to bring a smile to the face of God. And we have to remember that the sacrifice that Jesus Christ made on the cross can't be forgotten. Not just because of his sacrifice and the theology of the cross, which is one point, but also because of the way we worship. If we realize that our worship is a part of our sacrifice, then we'll make sure we're putting a smile on the face of God, even in that. God bless everybody. I'm going to stop there. We're going to go into chapter 2 at our next meeting. Listen, while I have you, social media, and while you're here, listen, we want you to partake in the ministry of giving. Please join in with us in sharing tonight. We want to be a blessing to people, and we want to be effective in ministry, and it takes funds to do that. So feel free to give via Givelify, or you can go to our website. There's a link at the top of this, whatever form you're watching, you'll be able to see that. Click that and give. We thank you for that. And we will see you at our next broadcast. Now, I'm going to go through the announcements really quickly, but for we would like to take this opportunity to invite you to share with us in this time of giving. There will be no Bible study next week. There will be no Bible study next week. We will meet following week. The following week, we'll come back together, and I'll give you some details there, because it'll be a little different then too, because we are planning to go outside and do some ministry out there in the evenings. So, but I'll give you some more details on that. So no service next week. We will have prayer all week though. Noon prayer every day, and then Thursday night. So if you need to come out If you can't make it to noon prayer, I ask you to come out Thursday night for that prayer. We will still have that on next week, all right? All right. God bless everybody. Those that are watching, we love you, and we'll see you next time, which is Sunday at 11 o'clock. God bless you. Bye-bye. You can do so via Givelify from your mobile device or by logging onto our website at topmemphis.org and clicking on the online giving tab. Anything the Lord lays on your heart to give at this time would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.